What's up, everybody? It's me, Sanitary 103. So, most people, even if you're not health conscious, or maybe you are, maybe you aren't, has one of these bad boys. This is a nice one, actually. I really like it. It's from Viewer. This is not a promotion for this brand, but this is a scale right here, a weight scale. And, today's video I want to talk about if you should maybe get rid of your weight scale. And you might be wondering, why would I even broach that topic? Well, unfortunately, I'll say this. Fortunately, the positive of a weight scale is you can track how much you weigh. It's a great invention. This one has a nice digital readout, and it'll help you be held accountable for gaining weight, maintaining, or losing weight. But there comes a point where if it's making things worse, then you may want to ditch the scale altogether. I wouldn't go as far as stating to throw it away, but you can either donate it, put it away, or just don't consider buying one yet if you have a very obsessive and defeatist mentality. And the reason why I bring this up is some people get too obsessed with the actual number on the scale, and when you do that, if you're weighing yourself multiple times a day and it's getting you even more frustrated, and especially with ones that have a digital reading, which most new ones do, if you're constantly obsessing over, let's say you weigh 150 pounds, you're trying to get down to 140 and you're 150.6, and then a couple hours later you weigh yourself, you're 150.4, and then you're just going back and forth, seesawing back and forth, and you're just driving yourself crazy. And then in that regards, if you fall under that category, under those pretenses, then you may want to put the scale away for a while and just focus on your health and journey. Make sure you're right upstairs, right here. Make sure your mind is right. So even though the scale is very valuable, I have mentioned this in videos in the past, but the scale is not the only thing that you need to use to measure your progress. Taking measurements with an actual tape measure is great. I highly recommend that. Taking progress pictures about, I would say, once a month is excellent. Looking in the mirror. Now, you can obsess about the mirror as well. I wouldn't do that too often, but once in a while, kind of look yourself in the mirror. And then you could take those progress pics that kind of coincides with the progress pics, that can help as well. And trying to think, I'm blanking out. Those are the main things that you can do, because your measurements is going to tell you that just your measurements might get smaller, which is great, or they might get bigger, but you may still look better even though the scale shows that it's higher, because you may put on a little bit more lean muscle. There's something called, you probably know about this, but if you don't, the BMI, the body mass index. Now, if you were to take the average athletic average NFL player, according to the BMI index, it goes by a numeric number. They would be considered overweight or obese. And if you take your NFL player, based on their weight, BMI doesn't take into account muscle mass. It's not the best gauge. That goes to show you that does an NFL player that who has 8% body fat and is very lean, do they need to lose weight? If you just look at the eye test, absolutely not. So it just goes to show you that you can't just go by the actual number. And I know that's hard for a lot of people. And I actually got in the habit of weighing myself all the time, and I still have that habit, but I don't really obsess about it. It's just more of like a habit, and it doesn't really affect me. It's just because of my days in wrestling where I was constantly checking my weight. But if you have body image issues, body dysmorphia, eating disorder, if you just have an obsessive personality, an extremist personality, you're all or nothing, then the scale is something that you want to really minimize. Only you know how it's going to make you feel. I do recommend that you do weigh yourself at some point during your health and fitness journey. You do want to, but once a week is fine, or even once every couple of weeks. And by doing that, there's a better chance that if you wait longer between your weigh-ins, you'll see a bigger number, assuming you're staying on track, and that'll actually keep you more motivated, because in a 24-hour span, you may gain or lose a little bit, but it's all going to depend on when you weigh yourself as well. And I did a video way back in the day about when's the best time you weigh yourself. I'll put that video at the end of this video if you want to check that out. But you're not going to have that big fluctuation one way or another, so it's not as motivating if you constantly weigh yourself and you're going to keep obsessing. So that's another positive aspect of not weighing yourself as much. So that's my time. Like I said, with the old scale right here, if you have one, I'm not saying ditch it altogether, but if it's causing some havoc, wreaking some havoc on your stress levels, and it's causing a lot of anxiety, then you might want to think twice about putting it in your bathroom. Just put it away for a little bit. That's my time. Thanks for watching. Comments, questions, always welcome. Subscribe for more content. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.